Ooh, what's up, YouTube fans? Today we're going to take a look at the Ocular Max Fortiflex, or their version of Masterpiece Scale RID Armorhide. So this is the fourth in the series of RID Ruination figures we've been getting under the combiner name Aversus. And I got this from TFcon Toronto, thanks to Eddie and Boris from Toy Dojo and Ages 3 and Up. And we have one more to go. So it's exciting to make progress on this combiner here, but let's take a look at this. I'm going to start in tank mode, even though it comes in robot mode, simply because we did the other one in robot mode. But you do get this nice camo deco here with that brown and black spotted paint. You have silver here for the wheels. All the same details we had in tank mode before, the exhaust pipes here, the rear view mirrors, you have the lights and all the little details back here. That all looks nice. Tail lights. Yeah, overall looks good. It does have wheels on the bottom, so you have 4 wheels which allow it to roll back and forth. Having a little bit of trouble getting it stuck together. There we go. It does rotate. The turret can rotate back and forth, can lift up and down. You can also collapse this in and out. And it comes with 2 antennas, so I'm just going to put those in now before we forget and lose them. They just plug in right here. So one goes there, and one goes there. And once you get them in there, you don't need to take them out. They can pretty much stay there forever because it works in all 3 modes. So you do get this, rubbery or plastic antenna. It is bendable, though. You can open up these little hatches. Nothing inside, but you can open them up for the details. Overall, it's just a very good looking tank mode. We can take the cannon here, which comes with these separated, so you just want to plug these in. And you can open up these little white panels down here. There's a slot right here that's going to fit on a tab right here, and it'll all kind of tab in there. Make sure you angle these up. And now you have this. In addition, more firepower on this tank, which is really cool. So you get really 3 cannons total on this guy. You can also take his gun, just done in black plastic. This will plug in right here. This can also articulate up and down and rotate. So really a ton of firepower on this guy, and it looks very, very nice. All right, for a quick comparison, there it is next to the original Probus, their version of Brawl. So you can see they changed the color scheme, the olive and the gray, to this tan with the camo and the black. Nice changes here. Other than that, it is pretty much the same, although you'll see this more in the robot mode, but they have changed that front panel. It is different. It's molded different, both here and down here, but we'll see that better in the robot mode. For size comparison, there it is next to the Magic Square version of Optimus Prime. Nice big tank, maybe a little bit on the small side, but overall it works for me in MP scale. Alright, now let's get Fortiflex transformed into robot mode. Transformation is pretty much identical with the exception of a little chest piece that's slightly different, but go ahead and unpeg this from the back. You can close those up and just set this aside. Unplug the gun on the top. We can leave these antenna in there, so don't worry about those. Lift up on the turret and just let it sit like this. We'll come to the back here. You can fold these 2 panels up. You're going to press in on these buttons, and that'll allow you to pull back on this section. And sometimes it helps if you separate the legs, but pull back all the way down on these, and same on this one. Push on the button, and it's a very well hidden button. I like that. Come to the inside. You're going to open up this panel. This leg will tab into the front, so just give it a push and then close this up inside. Same on this one. Make sure you clip that into place and then close that up. Come to the bottom, open up the toes, flip down this heel piece, the inner heel piece, not the outer one. Then you're going to accordion this down so it clips in down here, and then push in on the heel. It should be lined up horizontally with the toe. Same with this one. Pull this out, bring this down, Open this up and tab it in. So there are our feet. We're going to rotate the waist. We're going to unpeg these, and then we're going to rotate the waist. You might need a spudger or something to pop these out. Then we can rotate the waist 180 degrees. And our legs are pretty much done. Now work on the upper body. So come to the arms here. We're going to unpeg these from the side, on both sides. We can lift up on this panel right here. It's just kind of tabbed in on the top. We can unpeg the arm from here, bring this back, bring this forward, fold down this panel, fold this panel back, and if it hasn't happened already, there's a small bit of track that is right here. It folds in kind of on its own, so that's why you didn't see it. But bring this up, fold this back onto the back of the arm, and that'll kind of clip into there, and that's one arm done. So go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to do that off camera. All right, now we'll take care of this chest section. So open this up and open up this front panel, and we'll swing this whole thing around. Make sure you fold down this tab. Flip the head all the way around. It'll make its way under here. Close this up. Bring this down. And this chest is where it's different. So you'll see these two panels, instead of being guns, are now just flat panels. So bring this down. I'll peg it into here. And these will just fold up onto his sides. They don't tab into anything. They just kind of fold up and sit flat on the sides of his chest. Bring the arms up, collapse the cannon down, and this will just peg right into the back. You're going to bring it down, and we'll tab it in right there. And then we're going to rotate this around, lift this back up, and then we'll collapse this down. All right, and there's Fortiflex in robot mode. And it looks really nice. I like how the details worked out here in this mode. All those tampo details, they do look really good. You got the little symbol here. We had the same one on the Jeep. Here's the back. Looks great. Yeah, all in all, a nice looking robot mode. And let's just bring in the original so you can see the differences. And right away you can see the chest plate is definitely been changed. The original has this cutout here and a slightly different design here, whereas the new one has, you know, a straight piece, and also it doesn't have the guns underneath, so now it just has a straight panel there. Head sculpt is the same, although the paint is obviously different. Let's see if we can see anything else different. I don't think anything else is different here in the robot mode. But the chest definitely, you know, pretty big difference. Let's go over the articulation. Head is on a ball joint, goes up to there, down to there, side to side, rotates around. Shoulders rotate down, right around on a friction hinge, out to the side. This can go up and down, as well as the shoulder can go up to there. So you get some nice articulation there. You have a rotation at the bicep, double jointed elbow, full bend, although it's hindered by the tracks here. Rotation at the wrist, individually articulated fingers, but they're at a single pin, so you get the curled fingers, and the thumb is on a ball joint. So you can grasp things, but can't point. Coming to the waist, we have a waist rotation. You go to ab crunch here, gets you all the way down in there, so that works pretty well. Hip skirts will move out of the way, allows the leg to kick up to there, back to there, out to the side on friction. There is a hip skirt back here. You don't really need it because this gets in the way. You can move this out of the way and get the leg a little bit higher. For the knee, you get a 90-degree bend. You can kind of cheat if you take this joint out. You can sort of get it a little bit more, but Not really. So you get a little past 90 if you cheat. For the feet, you have ankle tilt out to there, back to there, toe tilt down, and ankle tilt forward and backward just a little bit there. Obviously, we already saw the accessories, but we'll take a look at them. Here's the gun that will fit in the hand. And it has that tab that goes into the back of the hand, and then you can close the fingers up. Good looking. And we also get his cannons. And again, we can attach this like this. And then like this. And then this peg right here will fit into a slot on the arm. And you can get another weapon out of it, which is nice. You know, it's nice that you can utilize this in robot mode. All right, now we can also reconfigure the backpack to mount these weapons on his back. I don't think they ever did it in RID, but it is an option, so I just want to show it. So come back to here. We're going to, let's see if I can remember the order. We'll rotate this around, lift this up. No, press this button to pop this up, rotate this around. Then we'll lift this up. And I think I've got it here. Yeah, so this is going to collapse down, peg back into his backpack, and now you have this panel that's going to open up and a little notch there, and that notch will fit this. So you can, let's see, plug this slot into that tab, and then get these rotated forward. It'll just fit nice and neat back here. Go, and just make sure everything's tabbed in. But now you have this over the head cannon look. I think that's really cool. So that's an option if you want it. It's the same option that we had before with the original. And for comparison, there it is with the other figures from the set, and they do look good together. And we're coming along nicely with this RID set. We have one more to go. They just announced it at TFcon Toronto. So we'll have that, I believe, at Chicago. That'll be the exclusive there. And then we can build our RID Ruination Combiner at Versus is their name. For size comparison, there it is next to the Magic Square version of Optimus Prime. And he comes up to about his chest, so pretty big tank mode, but still fits in nicely with Master Prescale. All right, before we get out of here, I wanted to show the combine mode. I actually forgot to do the combine mode. It's easiest to go from vehicle to combine mode, but I figured better to show it than to skip it altogether. But looks pretty nice. You do have the ankle tilt just like before. And I believe we're going to be getting the add-on kit with the gold foot piece so that the foot will be a little bit taller and a little bit wider. Here's the back of it. Really cleans up nicely. You can store the weapons on here. It's really cool that they thought this through. But if you come to here, there's two pegs, two slots here. You can plug this in right there. It sits very nicely on there. And then you can take this and plug this in here. And everything stows away. So final recommendations on the Ocular Max Fortiflex. This is really cool. I really like this set so far, and this one is no different. I'm going to give this a 4 to 5. I'm going to recommend it. This was already a great figure when it came out as Brawl, and I think it's still a great figure. Lots of versatility with this in both modes, and it really looks good. I'm excited to see what the final combiner is going to look like, so that's going to be exciting. But that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and thanks to Eddie from Toy Dojo and Boris from Ages 3 and Up, and we'll see you next time.